declines in gait speed can preemptively identify those problems years or even decades before. Obviously, it's not specific to liver function, for example, but it is predictive of things like cognitive decline, predictive of health status for veterans, predictive of mortality and predictive, this is preemptive before diagnosis, functional loss or functional ability, balance and confidence, future health status, rehab potential, discharge location. That's why I said that this morning. Mortality, and a great article right out of here in the UK, how fast does the Grim Reaper walk? Any guesses how fast mortality speed is? Very, very, 0.05, he says. 0.47, yeah. So I think of it like a percentage, 47%, 0.47 meters per second. Their 5-year mortality. Well, I think the quote was, no one slower than 5 survived the 5 years, so something like that. All right. This is 6 different articles that I reviewed to kind of get a summary of this, specifically for physios, but I found this to be interesting. Oddly, physios lacked knowledge about exercise guidelines. What? We do exercise every day. How can we lack knowledge about exercise guidelines? That's what they report, all right? Lacked counseling skills. I can believe that. It was too much to ask of patients. We've already given Adelaide shoulder exercises. I can't expect her to do balance exercises besides, right? The reason her shoulder hurts is why? Because she always falls to the right side. So she always hits her right shoulder. Oh, we talked about this yesterday in silos of care. Patients come in with multiple diagnoses, and how much time do we have? Not enough is the short answer. 2 different articles noticed that we are focused on acute treatment, like the back pain, give him Pilates, don't assess his falls. And 2 different articles noticed that there was a lack of financial priority to emphasize exercise. There's actually, while there are guidelines, there isn't really a framework for how to teach exercise promotion. Timed up and go, that was one of the ones that the 78-year-old guy who had already seen physio, his timed up and go wasn't terrible, but timed up and go is associated with mortality, gait speed and timed up and go together, also associated with mortality, depending on who you read, because someone else says static balance and timed up and go. Someone else says alternate stepping and timed up and go. Someone else says sit to stand. Okay, everybody loves the timed up and go. Literally, it takes 20 seconds. Any provider could do that in clinic. Actually, if it takes you 20 seconds, it's too slow. And then in the case of this patient where he was having multiple falls, timed up and go with a cognitive overlay, that's where he really started unraveling, 3 times slower doing that. So just a couple of quick articles up here if you want to look those up in your free time, or if you have insomnia, great reads for that right there. And there's actually more specific to Parkinson's and specific to stroke and gender differences in cognitive locomotion. A quick performance screen. I'm not going to go over all of these, but these are just some ideas for a really quick functional thing that could be implemented in clinics. It's also kind of fun to try these at home. The virtual guys are going to miss this if I try and demonstrate, but I don't know. Should I? Should I not? But you can try this at home, right? Putting on a shoe and sock while you stand on one foot, right? Do you have the balance and flexibility to be able to do that?
It's raining sometimes.
It is, exactly. Being able to get all the way down on both knees and back up and do that with both of your legs. That's a good, easy one you can do, right? For the cognitive, doing a 5 times tug shuttle while they tell a sequential story. Tell me about getting ready this morning. What did you have for breakfast while they're doing the timed up and go 5 times? And then this is one that I like really quick. We have the time, let's do it. Scoot your chairs back from the tables. No cheating, you gotta participate. This is a physio presentation. You guys gotta do stuff. So back from the tables. What I want you to do is fold your arms and put your feet together. Feet together, and then this is brave. Eyes closed. And you're gonna lean to one side as far as you can without tipping over. Keep your eyes closed, just lean back to the middle. Pause in the middle, keep your eyes closed. I'm looking for overcorrection. Lean to the other side, don't tip over. Back to the middle, good. Keep your eyes closed, keep your feet together, and stand up. Keep your eyes closed, keep them closed, keep them closed. Checking balancing. Monitoring that. Keep your eyes closed. This doesn't have to be big. March in place. March, march, march. Step, step, step. I know the table's in the way. You're going to hit your knees. It's not completely accurate, but we're getting the idea here. March in place, 20 seconds. Pause. Open your eyes. Are you in the same position as you were? Because if you have drifted or moved, that is a vestibular hypofunction. Next, eyes open, arms folded, tandem stand, one foot right in front of the other one. Stand, balance, tandem. If you're only going to do one balance test, tandem is the one to do. Dr. Ali is brave. He's doing tandem, eyes closed. I didn't ask for that. He wants extra credit. I'll have patients do that on both sides. So we can do this in 90 seconds. We have assessed you can have a seat, proprioception and balance and vestibular and sit to stand and assess for neuropathy by standing with your eyes closed. So we have hit 5 little things in 90 seconds, and it's a little bit of everything. It's a quick, easy screen that providers could do in clinic. So in conclusion, and see, I'm early so we can have questions. This was mentioned also by Lisa this morning. Consider having gait speed as a functional sign. That was first suggested in a white paper by Fritz a few years ago. Ask about mobility or balance concerns in anyone after 50, or Dr. Ali says after 40. I agree.
Especially for premenopausal.
Correct.
Yes.
And that's why the actual title of this is Red Flags in 40 to 65-year-olds. If you wait until after all this changes, again, you're not being preempted. And why couldn't you ask it in age 30? Why not?
There is family
and
history. We have a family history.
Family history, correct. And consider adding one of these quick performance mobility things if you don't want to do a more formalized test, like a gait speed or a timed up and go. You could do a quicker performance screen. If you guys want to have a wealth of resources, you can grab a quick screenshot here. 1959 was my old citation. 2025 is my new citation. Wow. So this information, these red flags, these elephants have been living in our clinics for decades. Let's see if we can be a little more proactive and preemptive. All right, questions?